Hello, I'm Technical Sergeant Dillon Hatcher. I'm from the 181st Intelligence Wing, and I'm going to be discussing the organizational culture, more specifically of the logistics readiness flight for which I work for. The I'm a commander support staff. The CSSs were relocated and are all attached to the mission support group, but like I said, specifically I work for the LRF and their commander. One interesting thing that we've had happen recently is we got a new group commander who came in. He was a personnelist by trade and understands that we're an intelligence wing. We have a new mission. We used to fly airplanes. We don't do that anymore. So now we have this intelligence mission, and we're doing a lot of stuff overseas, all this big picture stuff. And that's where a lot of the resources go, and that's where all the attention is. So one of his visions is that we're not just the mission support group, we are the mission and support group. Yes, we are doing very important things, but the support piece is there to make sure that we can do these things. So if we're not there doing our jobs, then the bigger things can't happen because they're going to have to get their personnel records updated or their finances taken care of. So he's really big to make sure that that piece is hit on, and that's been really great for the morale in the unit. The division of the logistics readiness flight currently, and it's kind of been rewrite as we transition into a squadron, but as it stands, we believe all people have value, all processes can be improved through innovation, and we strive to make data-driven decisions. So we're really fostering a customer support atmosphere that is our mission, is to be there to support the customers, whether it's getting your vehicle tuned up with our LGRV section, or if you have items you're shipping to or from the theater with our travel management office. We also, I mean, the main goal there is just to have a customer come in, give them a positive experience, and get what they need accomplished. Some healthy and unhealthy elements of the organization, and the unhealthy first, so we can end on a positive note. During that tactical pause, it was identified that a lot of the, not necessarily younger, but kind of those middle tier, the senior airmen through the, let's say the master sergeant level, we're noticing that we have airmen that have been in 30 years, they're getting close to retirement, and they're just kind of held to a different standard, whether it's their PT that is just kind of being pushed off. They're not really mentoring, they're not training their replacement for when they do leave, and they're just not held to the same standard. And just the idea of, well, they're only going to be here another 6 months to 2 years, what can we really do to them? So that's caused a lot of angst and just a feeling of unfairness, that I'm being held to this high standard and I need to meet these deadlines, but if I was retiring in 6 months, that we just push those to the side. Another big issue that has caused us to lose members, either to transfer within the unit or transfer to another wing, is our high performers are unable to promote in advance, largely due to their position on the manning document, where you have a really high performing staff sergeant. They've done their PME, they've checked all their boxes, and they're doing the best of their ability, but because they're in that staff sergeant slot, they have to find another job, and that's not always available within the unit. So just because the way the military works, sometimes we're losing some of our best workers due to not being able to provide those opportunities for them. So that's been really unfortunate, but it's kind of just part of the business that we're in, and we have to press on and make sure that the next airman up is ready to fulfill those roles. Some positive things that our unit is very good at is keeping people informed. We have 6 sections working out of 4 different buildings, so the day-to-day operations, it's very important that the commander has visual on all these co-located entities. So our weekly staff meeting, the roll-up of here's our big ticket items, here's what you need to know, here's things that we're tracking, here's future projects, is good for the commander to have visual on all of her areas, but also for the other areas to have visual on each other. If the vehicle management section is hurting and someone else has resources that they can throw at it, or an airman that has worked that program before that can really aid in that, then that's where that cross communication starts. And it's something that not every unit on base does, and it really helps build us together as a team and kind of foster that camaraderie amongst the flight, to always make sure that there's someone that will help you out because they know what you're going through. Leading into that, something that we do well is over communicate. Not to the point of micromanaging. I think that we are just very efficient at pushing out information that needs to get to the flight, whether it comes from the weekly MSG meeting, here's the big tickets items for our group, or even step further, the things that come from the wing into that meeting, here's what the wing commander is tracking, your EPRs, your DTS. Here's the things that we're going to start seeing come down the pipeline, and we need to have visual on, just so that no one's surprised when you come in on a Monday morning and you have an email, well, why haven't you been working this? Everyone is always very aware of what's expected of them, and it's largely due to our meetings and our communication. And then finally, in the arena of keeping people happy, is we developed a fifth Thursday program where every fifth Thursday, it happens once a quarter, we just take an extended lunch. We get everyone together and we just kind of do some team building. We have some fun. We eat, play games. Just a reminder that while we are here to prepare for a very serious job, we all still need to make sure that we're spending that time away from our computers and with each other, and making sure that everyone's heard, everyone wants to be there, everyone's happy, or is, if they're not happy, we're able to capture that and find out why in kind of a more relaxed setting. So the importance of maintaining that healthy organization is that the Air Force at its core, it's a business, it's a company. Like any other company, you need your workers to come and perform and to really give their best that they can. And if you're not giving them the environment that they want to be in, if they're not happy coming to work, if they're dragging their feet as soon as they walk in the door, you're not going to get that higher output that we're really looking for, especially being a military organization. We need standards to be met. We need professionals. So leading into that is keeping morale high. This is not always something you can manage. Sometimes you just have to suck it up and get the mission done. That's part of what we all signed up for. But when opportunities do arise, we need to make sure that we are looking out for our airmen, that we're not leaving someone behind, and that if someone's having an issue and there's something we can do about it, that it's being done. And both those things lead into airman retention. If we can't maintain and retain our high performers, or even our average airmen, to get them to the point of being high performers, if they're wanting to leave either the wing or our specific unit, then that's something that we need to look at. If someone isn't happy with our organization and wants to leave, that's fine. It's not the unit that you sign up in is not always the unit that you're going to retire in. But if you're leaving us, we need to find out why that is, so that in the future, if we kind of see those trends, or if it's just something we weren't tracking, then that's something we can get a handle on, and we can make it better for the next generation. So my role in doing this as the commander support staff is to relay and reinforce the commander's intent kind of at a lower level. If you've got even your E6 in my position and below, they're hearing the commander's vision, but they're just not getting it because they don't have that macro level, then that's something that I can help them see. Here's why she's doing what she's doing. Here's really the end goal that we're looking for, and here's our part in it. Then you're going to get more buy-in from the younger airmen, and you're going to get more productivity because they see their part in the bigger picture. Where, well, people only care about your TAC-P or your geospatial analysis. That might be true to some extent, but they need you here so that they can focus on that mission. Without you, all the gears stop. Another large facet of my job is to gauge positive and negative trends so that we can keep our airmen. If I see an issue that the commander doesn't have visual on because she has higher level stuff on her plate and she just can't go around to every building every day, that's something that I can bring to her attention. Hey, ma'am, we have this going on in the flight. I'm not sure if you're aware of it. I don't have to name names, but this is something that we need to get a handle on, and then maybe give her some ideas so that she can make the final decision and we can get whatever the issue is squared away. And then finally, part of everyone's job is just the continuous process improvement. This is something that I deal with daily. I ask that why question. Why are we doing this way? Has anyone thought of a better way? I bring it up in the staff meeting. Can someone help me find a better way to do this? How can I better take care of you, the customer, or in my role, everyone in the flight is my customer, so that they don't have to worry about their personnel records or their arrows or their DTS. I can make sure that I'm taking care of that to the best of my ability so they can focus on the mission and not have to worry about anything being done for them because I take care of that. But thank you for listening.